Okay, so the edging is done now, and now we're ready to fill in the center gap here. And we're going to have the right side of the work facing, and we're going to join CB into the center chain of row 17 that we skipped earlier. So we're just going to chain one, we're going to make a slip knot, and we're going to find the center chain, and we're going to join the yarn. Just going to draw up a loop, we'll chain one, and then we're going to single crochet into the same stitch. Okay. And then we're going to skip the next stitch, and we're going to skip the first row, and then we're going to work into the second stitch of the next row. So we're going to work 2 front post double crochet into the second stitch of the second row. Just going to yarn over and skip the first one here, and then we're going to go into the second one. 2 front post double crochets around this stitch, and we're going to skip the next row, which is this one right here. We're going to skip that, and then we're going to single crochet at the very edge of the next 2 rows. So we're going to do 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and then 1 more single crochet in the next stitch. Then we're going to skip the next stitch again, and then we're going to go down into the second stitch from the end of the next row, and we're going to work 2 front post double crochets around that stitch. And then we're going to skip the next stitch again, and into the next one, a single crochet. We're going to skip the next row, and we're going to go into the second stitch down from the next row, and we're going to do 2 front post double crochet. I'm just going to continue this process or this pattern until we get to the end. Okay, so now we are at the end here, and we actually have 2 rows that are left over, but that's okay. You won't be able to tell once we work into the next stitch. But anyway, you should have 8 sets of front post double crochets across. Okay, and then we're just gonna skip the next 2 rows, and we're gonna work into the center stitch here. We're just going to work into the back loop or the free loop of the center stitch, and we're going to work 1 single crochet, okay, and then I just want to show you what that looks like. It fills it up quite nicely. You can't really tell. Okay, and then we're going to turn the work again, and then we're going to do the exact same thing as we did before. We're going to skip the first row, and then we're going to go into the second row here, and we're going to work 2 front post double crochet in the second stitch down. We're going to do that until we get all the way to the next end. Skip the first stitch here, and we're going to single crochet into the next stitch. Into the next 2 stitches. We're going to skip the next one, and we're going to go down into the second stitch from the end of the next row. Okay, so now we have come to the end of the second side, and once again we have 8 sets of front post double crochets made, and then we're just going to join Join the round with a slip stitch into the first single crochet here. And then we're going to join these two sides here with single crochet stitches. So we're going to fold the placemat in half, still so that the wrong sides are facing and the right side is still going to be facing the outside. And then what we're going to do is we're going to chain one, and then we're going to single crochet into the back loops of each stitch, and we're going to close this edge up. So we're just going to catch back loop here of the first front post double crochet, and then we're going to go into the back loop of the corresponding front post double crochet stitch, so that we only have two loops on the hook there. We have our chain and then the two loops that we just picked up, and then we're going to single crochet around them. Do the same in the next stitch. I'm going to pick the back loop into the back loop only of the next stitch, single crochet. We're just going to continue to do that until we've worked into all the stitches. Okay, so now I've got it closed up here with single crochet stitches, and you can see there's a nice ridge here. If you don't want the ridge to be that high, you can always close it up with slip stitches, and it'll still give you a nice closing, but it won't be quite that high. Okay, and that's it for this tutorial, and I hope you found it helpful.